Good morning everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setup for today. So yesterday was rather interesting. So the European session was pretty strong, and then when the US woke up they started selling off, and that's just pure political noise at the moment, and yeah, there's nothing more to add to that. So what we do have at the moment though is we do have three red bars here. Okay, also be seen as three red crows if you want to look at it that way. Three dark ladies. There's a number of different patterns that is associated with, but for me the gap was one thing, and I think that's closed, and then the second thing is coming back onto an area of support, which is 13468. So if we just look at what transpired yesterday, gapped up, rallied, okay, hit the previous high, and remember what I said yesterday, that previous high is a yearly high now, so it is quite a bit of significance, specifically in intraday trading. Okay, they sold off that, and you can see we sold off quite strongly. Now we closed the opening gap. This gap here, we'll have a look on the lower time frame, but the high time frame, that's still open in my books. I want a body that closes below it, not a tail, but on the lower time frames it could have closed as well. And the second thing that you can see here is, and I'm starting to make the chart really noisy, is we have a bit of a trend line forming. Okay, now this is more of a megaphone formation, so you can see that is slightly higher than this one. So if I add a line along the top like that, we'll see we do have a bit of a megaphone formation. Okay, probability in this setup is still a break, something like that. Okay, so that's still the price action that we can see at the moment. So what I'm looking for is opportunities, still looking for opportunities to buy into this. One thing that is concerning me is above and below the moving averages. So if I just keep that level and that level, and let's just keep that one, delete the rest, you can see above and below the moving average, pretty much a range. So what we're looking for, what we should be looking for, is a breakout of the range before starting to trade this. So this is sideways at the moment, and I think DAX was up almost 2 or 1.5% yesterday, then it closed fairly flat, and the DAX futures at the moment is flat right now. So I think you're going to have to watch the political noise, and that's what's going to drive this at the moment. So that's the one thing that you need to pay attention to. So I think for me anyway, January is still going to be a bit more of this crazy volatility, and then we're going to have one thing to focus on, which will be the virus, and we won't have to worry too much about the politics. I think it'll stabilize a bit, and then sort of middle of the year, I think you'll probably see a clear trend forming. But at the moment, overall trend is still up, still should be looking to buy. So I'd be looking, you can see how the buyers came in here at this gap. So that gap is going to go to the 5 minute, because that's going to show me whether that gap is open or not. That one's closed. Okay, the real gap is pretty much there. Let's just see if that has closed. It was tagged, so I could argue that it's closed. Alternatively, it could also just be we're going to visit it again. Okay, so plan of action for me, pretty simple. There's been a pretty strong move down. I'm looking for a second move. That second move can be capped at this area here of 13,600, or alternatively it could go a bit deeper down into this area here of 13,468. So that's the one thing that I'm looking for, is looking for that second move. This could be a bit of a triangle forming, and obviously the move was down, triangle below the moving average, next move down. Okay, alternatively this could really be a reversal back to the top of the range. So in other words, this could be the bottom of the range that's been defined, 13,600, and that could be the top of the range, 13,914. So level to watch at the moment, and it's not really clear, You can see how we closed above it, then close above it with 2 1-hour bars, and then close below it. So not really clear, but I think that's one of the areas to watch this morning. If we can get above 13,692 and hold it, then I would expect us to get back to 13,900 or 13,910 at least. And then obviously I would expect us to sell off again. Okay. The other thing is this could be a double top. So if it is a double top, but it's not clear, it's really 50-50. So I'm basically keeping my money in my pocket. You can see that double top target brings us down to this level. So this 13,468 is definitely the area that I'd want to be buying off. And if I look at that on the 3-hour, you can see there's my 3-hour fractal, there's my 3-hour fractal there, and this is the area that I definitely would be looking to buy. Okay, because that is the previous range breakout, and we haven't had a retest of this area. So 13,468 and 13,440, and I see a little gap here as well. Right about there, which is 13,420. So if price gets down to 13,420 up until 13,468, that's the area that I will switch to the 15-minute and start looking for price action. And price action I'd be looking for engulfing bars, pin bars, and inside bars. Okay, so that's kind of my view at the moment. Have to pay attention to these two levels here to get that. If that breaks, then that would be my second move into this area. That would give me the opportunity to buy into this. Okay, so that's it for me today. Hope it helps you. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell so you're aware of the videos when they come out. And we'll be back tomorrow with another set of videos. Hope it helps. Catch you later. Cheers for now.